Hello, this video is going to review the steps to creating your e-portfolio presentation from your FOL dashboard. So you're going to go into one of your courses, and at the top you'll see content, communication, evaluation. You're going to click on resources and you're going to see the e-portfolio tab. You're going to click on that and that opens you up to what we call the dashboard. And this is where you should see any items that you've uploaded into your dashboard. You should see your collections that you've created. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to actually create the presentation. The presentation is what is Fanshawe Online calls your portfolio. So you're going to click on New Presentation and it will open up into this dashboard that has properties, content, layout, banner, and theme along the top. And you are going to put your first name and last name. I'm going to use my middle name for this video because I already have a portfolio with my first and last name, so I want to make sure that I don't get that mixed up. You can also write in the tags, this is my professional portfolio. Not necessary, but you can do that. And you will make sure that you save it. So when in doubt, always save. Next, you're going to go to content layout. And this is where you are going to create the pages of your portfolio. You'll notice at the top here, it says new page. We're going to just delete that. It always confirms, say yes. And you are going to start by adding a page. And in that page, you are going to use the Word document that you found in your course. Looks like this, and it has the 8 pages that you are going to create. So you are going to create an introduction page. And what this handout also does is include what that section is about. And we will spend more time when we talk about the actual assignment expectations reviewing that. So the first thing you're going to do is, what's beautiful about this Word document is you can use Control-C, copy, and then paste that right into the name, page name, and click Save. And you are going to do that now 8 times. And I'll do it a couple more times. So you see this little white beige page here, and there's a little blue cross. You're going to click on that. You're going to copy from your Word document, Child Development, Control-C, and you are going to put that where it says New Page by Control-V. You don't have to include the numbers. I prefer not having the number of pages, but you're welcome to include the numbers. Click Save, and you are now going to do that for all the pages that you have here on this Word document. Program and curriculum development, responsive relationships and partnerships, health regulations and practices, advocate for children, families, and profession of early childhood, research and professional learning, and professional resources. So those are the 8 pages that you are going to have in your portfolio. Okay, so you're going to do that. You can see I still have the new page there. I'm going to delete that. So your first page should be introduction. Your second page would be child development. Your third page is going to be program and curriculum development. Your fourth page is going to be responsive relationships and partnerships. Again, you're welcome to leave the numbers, but it's not necessary. It's up to you on what you want it to look like. The next one is health regulations and practices. Control C, Control V, and you're going to do that for 8 pages. Now that you've done all 8 pages, you're going to move over to Banner, and you are going to put your first name and last name, how you want it to appear in your portfolio. And you are going to put in the Banner description, place quote here. And you'll understand why when I show you what it looks like once we've done these 4 steps. So the beautiful thing about the ePortfolio is you can make changes, you've saved it, and now the last thing you're going to do is go over to theme. And this is the fun part of creating your portfolio. So you get to choose a theme. And to choose a theme, you can cursor down. There's several themes, and you can try them out. So there's what this theme looks like. And so you can try them out by using the page and the magnifying glass. So I'm going to choose this, look at this one, okay, and say this is the one I like. I am then going to select it, set the theme, and that's what I've chosen. So now at this point, I want you to view your presentation, and you should be able to see your name. There's the place where the quote is going to go, and you should see your 8 pages down the side. Okay, so that's the hard part all done. So now what I want you to do is go back to the dashboard, the original dashboard. You've saved this, and go back to the original portfolio dashboard in Fanch Online. It looks like this. And I'm going to show you how to add items to each page. So here's my portfolio, and I want to edit it. So you go into edit, and I go into content layout, and we're going to start with the introduction page. And I want to add a component. I am going to add a text area. Why a text area? Because this is where you're going to write your introduction to your ePortfolio. And your introduction is like I call it like a cover letter, only because it's your place to summarize who you are as an early child educator. So you are creating a template there to include the introduction. And I'm going to put blah, 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 because when you make a text document, you have to add something there. So you're going to click Save, and you're going to be able to go back into that area and create that introduction once we've created this template. The next thing you're going to do, so if you want to go in and edit that, you're just going to go into Introduction, you're going to click Edit, and now you can go in and create your introduction. This functions just like a Word document, so you can create your introduction to your ePortfolio in Word and copy and paste it in there. But what's beautiful about it is there's spelling, grammar, all of those great elements are there so that you can make sure that you have no spelling mistakes. So now I'm going to refer to this page again. And if you found this video, you know that this page is in the same lesson content as the video. And you are now going to create a template for your portfolio reflection. And why I put it on the Word here, except for page 1 and 8, your introduction doesn't need a reflection and your professional resources don't need a reflection. You are going to Control C, copy artifacts, courses, and reflection, because you are going to make a template under each of the pages that need a reflection. So we're going to start with child development, and we're going to open that page. We're going to add a component. and we're going to add not the reflection bubble. Some people choose the reflection bubble, and the reason why I don't choose the reflection bubble is because every time you edit it and when you're finished, there's a little date there. So it's not as clean. You will not lose any marks with me if you choose to write your reflection in the reflection bubble, but I think you'll find that in the text area, it's easier, it's cleaner, and you don't get that date stamp every time you go in. So you're going to write the word, child development, because that's the first reflection is under child development. And see, I'm not spelling correctly. The beautiful thing is you can go back and fix it. And again, did I spell it right? Yes, I did. So then what you're going to do is you're going to just paste the 3 areas: artifacts, courses, and reflections. Those are the 3 things, 3 components of a portfolio reflection. So you're just going to paste them in there and save it. And you'll go back and edit that when you start adding your artifacts. So you are going to now copy and paste that template into each of the next 6 pages. Add component, go to text area, write program and curriculum development. And if you want to be sure the spelling's right, you can copy and paste again from your Word document, which is what I'm going to do because my typing is not great. And then I'm going to paste what's at the bottom of that page, the words artifact, courses, and reflection. And now you have a template. And you are going to do that in all of the pages up to professional resources. So as it says in the document, you are going to complete that template for page child development, program and curriculum, responsive relationships, health and regulations, advocacy, research and professional learning, but not professional resources and not introduction. So you can see that I've listed that very clearly. You only need that template for pages 2 to 7, okay? Not page 1, not page 8. So you're going to do that 6 times. And once you've completed that, you don't need that Word document anymore. And you've basically now got your presentation set up and ready to go. So if you go under child development, you're going to see your reflection right there. The other thing that I like to do that I haven't included on the handout is I'm just going to edit. Sorry, I'm going to show you how to edit here. I'm going to go in there. I actually like to put the word reflection at the top and then the components. But again, that's your own personal preference. So you can view your presentation. You can see what it looks like. You can see child development. You can see program and curriculum. See how it looks, and then you're going to write your reflections and add your artifacts. So how do you add artifacts to these sections? Well, first of all, before we go on to that, I want you to look at here where it says edit navigation presentation. There are a few ways that you can do this. You can have your pages after the content and as a header. So I just want to show you what it looks like. This is what your presentation would look like if you had your pages across the top. If you want to have your pages to the right after the content, this is what it's going to look like. So there's some elements for you to be able to customize your portfolio. So I'm going to leave mine to the right because as a left-handed person, I like that it's clean on the left. So now the final thing that I want to show you is how do I add artifacts. So you've got your introduction. You're going to add your introduction to this text area. You've got all of your reflection templates in all of your 6 pages, and you have your professional resources section. Now, how do I add artifacts? Well, there's a number of ways to do that, actually 2 ways, and I'm going to show you what I think is the simplest way first. Under child development, again, you're going to go, you're going to go add component. And you're going to go add a component from a learning object or from a collection. If you've created a child development collection, which you should have, you should be able to see your collections. So there's my child development collection. I haven't put any items in my collection, and it's possible you haven't either. So what you're going to do then is add component, and you're going to go to artifacts, and that should take you to all of the items that are in my items in the portfolio dashboard. So I'm going to choose my pedagogical creed, and I'm going to choose my pedagogical documentation, and I'm going to choose what Fred Rogers would say. And I'm going to add all 3 of those artifacts to my child development area. So that's one way to add things. And then I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. So if I go under child development, you will see my artifacts, and then I have to write a reflection. That's basically it, and that's what you're going to want to do. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the regular dashboard to show you another way. Let's see if I can get into there easily. No. I am going to go back to the course just because I don't want to by chance close out the dashboard, and I'm going to go back into a course. You can only find your ePortfolio through a course. You don't need to worry about being able to take your portfolio with you, because in fact there is a way for you to export it with you into the World Wide Web, which we'll tell you about in your final semester. So I'm going back to the regular portfolio dashboard, and this is the other way that you can add artifacts to your portfolio. So under my items, you should be able to see everything you've uploaded. So you should be getting in a habit of putting every single artifact, assignment, experience, module for placement into my items, because this is the World Wide Web, and at least you know the assignment's there, your work is there. We call it an artifact once it goes into your portfolio, but it's there. And you don't have to worry about a memory stick, a key, losing things. You put it there. And then you can click on the item. So let's go back to, I'm going to go to a guide to COVID-19. And I'm going to say add to presentation, because remember, your portfolio is called a presentation. Now you should only have one. I've got 2 here. So I'm going to click on my presentation, and I'm going to add that guide to health, regulation, and practice, and add it. And now when I go to my portfolio, and I'll go back here to view it, hopefully it's there. When I go to view my portfolio under health, regulations, and practices, you should see that artifact. Keep in mind, I didn't put the template in all of mine, but that's another way to add that artifact to your portfolio. The beautiful thing is that I've created this video for you, but Fansha Online also has a number of help frequently asked questions. So you can go into Fansha Online, and you can go into the topic, and you will be able to find what you need. So there's an ePortfolio, and here are all the videos and documentation in how to create a portfolio. So that will help you here again, changing themes. Everything that I've talked to you about is also in the help. Keep in mind, I've also created a PowerPoint that has images to help you do this, and we have this video. The final thing that I want to share with you is when you are putting things in your ePortfolio and uploading them into My Items, how you name your artifacts is very important, because that is what the reader or yourself is going to see when you open up your portfolio. And so you can actually edit some of those titles, but you can't actually edit the file name. So you have to make sure that you name the file something very specific so that you can find it and know why it's in that section. Remember, your ePortfolio is really about creating a tool for reflection for yourself, organizing your work, your artifacts, and being able to reflect on the work that you've done in the early child education program. So it's as much a tool, it's more of a tool for yourself in being able to explain all the skills that you have. When we look at this Word document, going back to that, you can see here I've explained that these pages are taken from the Ministry of Training in colleges and universities, because as a early child education program, we have agreed that you are going to have all those skills, entry-level skills, when you finish the program. So that's why you create a portfolio, to help yourself realize that you have these basic skills in all of these areas, give you practice in articulating what that tells us about you as an early child educator. And finally, you may wish to share your portfolio with others. You will be able to take this portfolio and edit it for the College of ECE. It's a place for you to store artifacts, because you will have to do that as a registered early child educator. And because you can take this portfolio with you, this is something that you will have once you leave Fanshawe, and you might find it a useful tool to keep track of all the things that you are doing for professional learning. So I hope that this has been helpful, that you find the elements that you need. Keep in mind that there is a wonderful FOL help section as well when we go back to the course. And I'm just going to go back into the course to show you that you will find also a PowerPoint within the content that describes exactly what I've done as well. So watch this video, rewatch it. It would be great if you had 2 screens to help you cut and paste. But when all else fails, you've got those Fanshawe help items, and it's important that you get the structure of your presentation ready, because then you can work on it each week and it won't become something that you do at the very last minute. Enjoy the process.